Through the haze of dust and smoke, a young warrior emerges. His chainmail glistens dully beneath the gray light of an overcast sky, his breath heavy, his movements both urgent and calculated. He is in the thick of the fight, but fate deals him. A punishing blow, a strike sends him sprawling to the ground, his shield spins away, clattering to a stop just out of reach. For a heartbeat, he lies there, his back pressed to the cold earth, the thundering of enemy boots drawing closer. Yet even in that moment of vulnerability, there is no surrender in his eyes. Gritting his teeth, he struggles to his knees. His hand groping for the hilt of his sword, unwilling to yield to the chaos closing in around him. But this warrior is no common soldier. He is Muhammad, the young Ottoman prince, destined to become the conqueror of Constantinople. The episode gives only the faintest whisper of this destiny at first, letting the audience witness not his triumph, but his humanity. The struggle, the fall, the resolve to rise again. The battlefield fades, and the focus shifts to an image of order and precision. Ottoman elite soldiers stand in perfect formation, their armor catching the pale light, their expressions unreadable beneath ornate helms. Their discipline is palpable, a stark contrast to the wild melee from moments before. Among them, one figure commands attention without needing to speak. A young man in meticulously crafted armor, his helmet adorned with a crest marking his rank. His eyes are calm, almost too calm for a man so young in the presence of war. This is Muhammad again, but now in a role of leadership, his stillness conveying a strength that words cannot. The transition from chaos to control is deliberate, showing the duality that defines him. The warrior who can fight in the mud alongside common soldiers, and the leader who can stand unshaken among the highest ranks of the Ottoman army. The narrative then carries us into the shadowed depths of a forest, where the air is thick with tension. Here, the Ottoman commanders gather in a clandestine council. Cloaks rustle, swords hang heavy at their sides, and the muted snorts of horses waiting beyond the trees punctuate the murmured voices. A map lies stretched across a rough-hewn table, weighed down by daggers. Fingers trace routes and positions, voices rise and fall in careful calculation. The stakes are high. Every decision could mean the difference between victory and ruin. Muhammad stands slightly apart from the cluster of older, battle-worn men. He listens, his gaze moving from face to face, absorbing each word. Though he does not yet speak, there is an unmistakable sharpness in his eyes, a mind already piecing together strategies, weighing risks, and seeing beyond the obvious. This is the seed of the commander he will become. The episode builds a careful rhythm between the personal and the political. On the one hand, we see the intimacy of Muhammad's personal trials on the battlefield, moments that reveal his courage, endurance, and refusal to bow to fear. On the other, we glimpse the vast machinery of the Ottoman military, the hierarchy, the discipline, and the intricate strategies that underpin their campaigns. Suspense runs like a current beneath the episode. There is no single climactic moment yet, but a steady gathering of tension, as though the very air is bracing for a storm. The episode does not rush to reveal Muhammad's greatness. Instead, it lets the audience sense it growing, moment by moment. In the quiet between sword strikes, in the measured calm of his posture among seasoned generals. By the final scenes, the viewer understands that they are witnessing the early shaping of a man who will become a legend. The episode closes not with victory or defeat, but with a question that lingers like a shadow. What will this young warrior prince do when the weight of an empire rests entirely upon his shoulders? The answer lies ahead, beyond battles yet unfought, in the heart of a city that has withstood centuries of sieges. And so the curtain falls on episode 1, leaving the audience at the edge of anticipation. The story has begun, and the world waits for the moment when Muhammad will no longer be the Prince in the shadows, but the conqueror at the gates.